Hey, YouTube friends, how I manage my lichen sclerosus flares. How do you manage yours? Maybe we have some similarities. I'm talking about a flare where on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 5 or a 6. So it's not any worse than that. I've had some that have been much worse than that. This is for a flare that I can manage. I can alleviate the symptoms um, quite in a timely manner. So I'm not going to have a shower on those days. I'm going to start those days with a bath. So number one, I'm going to have a bath. I'm going to use my steroid cream. I'm going to use my steroid cream 1 to 2 times a day. I may do that up for a week, depending again on the flare. This being a 5, I may have to do that for 1 or 2 days. I should say using it twice a day when I'm in that maintenance period, using it twice a day, that is under the direction of my doctor. So I'm just speaking for myself, definitely not giving any medical advice. This is just what works for me and what had the direction from my doctor. So I'm going to use my steroid cream twice a day. I'm going to use my barrier cream 2 to 3 times a day, again, depending on what I am doing on a normal day without a flare, I'm usually doing the barrier cream twice a day. So it's twice a day for sure. Sometimes 3, sometimes even more than that. Um, so it's the bath. I'm using the Peri bottle, just dabbing. You're keeping the area clean. The clobetasol, the steroid cream, the barrier cream, loose clothing. So I'm going to be wearing loose clothing always during a flare, sometimes meaning no underwear. Again, depending on what I'm doing. I have gone to work. My coworkers have been wonderful and they all know that I have lichen sclerosus. So there were a few days where I wore kind of like sweatpants. And, that's just something I had to do. I wasn't seeing clients that day. We do have a dress code at work, but I was able to get away with doing that. The alternative is the flare getting worse, and then you're missing work. So you have to weigh the pros and cons of what you're doing. Exercise. When I do feel a flare coming, I want to keep pressure off the bottom area. I don't want to be sitting as much. So when I talk about exercise in previous videos I've talked about that I do like to walk. I may do some light walking, I may do some light stretching, but this is a time where my body is telling me that I need a break. This is your body telling you that you need to take a break, and so we need to listen to our bodies. A lot of times I will just take it easy. I will lay down on the couch. I will read a book. I'll watch some Netflix. And I'm not laying down on the couch all night. I'm kind of alternating what I'm doing. I'm laying down on the couch reading a book. I may get up for a little while, take a walk around the house, be out in the yard. But I find if I'm doing any type of um, assertive exercise, I'm just making it worse. So again, just listening to your body. This is your time for self-care. This is your time for mental health care. Um, this is what you need to do. Again, just speaking for myself, maybe something works for you, and that's something you can share with me. I may have another bath in the evening. Again, depending on the type of flare, how's the flare doing. Sometimes I can wake up in the morning and I will be fine and I will have a flare start by mid-afternoon. And sometimes I can actually even have it be better by the evening. Sometimes it will start in the morning and it goes right through into the evening. That's the times I'm having a bath. Now that I've learned how to manage my flares, I'm much more able to prevent it from getting worse. And there's a lot of times if it's bad in the morning, it can be better in the evening. That's just a lot of what I've been practicing, right? Like that's what your day is just following that routine. So that is what I do when I have a flare. Again, on a scale of 1 to 10, that's a 5. I hope that you found some of this helpful. In my future videos, I'd like to talk about one of my worst flares, how bad it was and how I handled it. and what I learned from that. And I hope that you do learn something from any of the videos that I'm sharing. Lichen sclerosis strong. Take care. Bye.